XVIII Emeritus, wrote about the Blessed Virgin Mary, asserting that the meaning of her life is that it proclaims the greatness of the Lord, not carrying out her own plans, but being part of a higher design. By this very fact, the Blessed Virgin Mary is a joyful believer whose life is ever consoled by her participation in the mystery of God's plan of salvation. Pope Benedict further said, "The meaning of the Blessed Virgin Mary's life manifests to the world the profound teaching that to love according to God it is necessary to live in Him and of Him. God is the first home of human beings, and only by dwelling in God do men and women burn with a flame of divine love that can set the world on fire. We can be certain to affirm that, indeed, Mother Mary has set the world on fire the moment she accepted the message from an angel with the words, "I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let what you have said be done to me." Surely, in this unequivocal affirmative response lies the heart of God's creative action, in which the Word became flesh. And according to Leon Joseph, in his book, Mary, Mother of God, it is Mary who makes the Incarnation possible. And therein lies her incomparable greatness. By the very fact that God chose her to be the mother of His only begotten Son is itself an essential and vital link that bonds divine to humanity. And from that link, then the unquenchable fire is set on the face of the earth. Leon Joseph again affirms that in the act of the Incarnation, everything converges towards the Blessed Virgin Mary, just as by its attraction, the sea controls the course of rivers. God willed the whole creation in view of Christ, and consequently in view of Mary, since in the divine plan Christ was not conceived without Mary. By divine appointment, therefore, Mother Mary is totally surrendered to God, to God's good pleasure. And in her, He has been able to realize the perfect work of His creation. God has looked upon Mother Mary with a special love. "Rejoice," the angel said, "so highly favored. The Lord is with you." Though this favor is exclusively Mary's, it is, however, not individualistic. Because when God chooses a soul for an especially high mission, that same mission is of benefit to all. The love of one individual is immediately changed into a universal love, far from excluding others. God's choice involves all of us. What is a single good becomes a common good and affects the world at large. This is especially true about Our Lady, because she has not been given to us in order to be more approachable than God, but to show how very appropriate God is in her. Mary helps us the better to realize how near God is to each one of us. Among the many benefits humanity receives from her is that of mediation. Many saints have expressed in their spiritual life how Our Lady helped them to experience the profound closeness to God. Again, Leon Joseph mentions Saint Teresa of Lisieux. Saint Teresa refers to this presence of our mother, Mary, in the early years of our life at Carmel. She wrote, "There seemed to be a veil thrown over all earthly things. So far as I was concerned, I felt as though I were entirely hidden beneath Our Lady's veil. Just then I was refectorian, and I remember how I carried out my duties as though it were not I who was doing them. It was as though someone had lent me a body. I remained like that during a whole week. It was a supernatural state, difficult to explain. Only God can put us into it. And sometimes it is enough to detach a soul from earth forever." Is this experience not a true reflection of your own experiences? Your experiences at place of work, those of you who are nurses, your experience in homes, your experience as you travel in buses and underground trains, and you are in a situation that you can't explain, and you felt this divine presence, and especially if you were with a rosary, you immediately touched the beads of the rosary and you felt a power that is beyond you, and you succumbed the problem. Is it not that experience of Saint Teresa? Precisely. The experience of Saint Teresa of Lisieux illustrates that the Blessed Virgin Mary is not set between Christ and ourselves to keep us at a distance from Him, but she is certainly the means chosen by God in order that there may be no distance between us, and that we may be sure of drawing near to Him. Indeed, here lies Our Lady's vocation, already a mystery of mediation and of communion with us, poor mortals. On every side, she is open to the love of God, which through her draws us near to the Father and to our brothers and sisters. In her, there is no idea as of a treasure that is denied, a possession that is exclusive. She gives as much as she receives, transmits as much as is entrusted to her. These words certainly give meaning to what is written in the novena of Our Lady and Doer of Knots. It says, "Happy are those who live under the protection of such a loving and powerful mother in the sight of God. For this reason, do not be afraid. You will not go unanswered. Place your knots of affliction into the hands of Mary, who is both your mother and the mother of God." For this reason, therefore, all of us present here at this day with Our Lady, we stand before Our Lady and her son, renouncing all ties that we have had and still have with all forms of evil. They are both the direct and indirect cause of the knot that makes us lose the dignity belonging to children of God. So we beseech you, Mother, by the power given to you by God the Father, to crush the head of Satan, the serpent under your feet, who has so often caused us into sin. Our beloved Mother, Mother of God, shelter us under your mantle. Keep us in the bosom of your beloved Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.